Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between Granada and FC Barcelona, and in this game Barcelona has tied against Granada 1-1. It was, I would say, a very flat performance. It was not the best performance coming from Xavi's Barcelona. I would actually say this is probably one of his worst performances since he has took over of this club, and it does have to do with a variety of reasons. So what we're going to be doing in this video is talk about the first half, the second half, and then I'm going to give my overall review of this game. But first, I do want to shout out the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is considered as the best football app you could find within the App Store when it does come to the latest player news, team news. If you want to follow your team within La Liga or the Premier League or the German League, you guys would be able to do that within the OneFootball app. You guys would also be able to see the latest transfer news, anything regarding your favorite player or team. All of that is going to be compact within one app. And for those of you guys who are in the UK, you guys are also able to see La Liga highlights. If you guys do want to see some highlights regarding Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, all of that again is going to be within the OneFootball app. If you guys do want to download the app, you guys can either scan the barcode that you do see on the video, or you can look at the link which will be in the description box down below. But now let's get back into the video. But let's first talk about the lineup. As we can see here, the lineup, it was a very strong starting 11. There was a few changes from our predicted starting 11. Like for example, we expected to see Abde start on the left wing, but we saw Jugla start in that position. I would say that Abde would have been the most reasonable to start, but he did end up coming in the second half. But overall, this was a starting 11 that looked capable to bring a great result. So again, let's first start with the first half. And to be very honest, this was again a game where Barcelona struggled so much. Like for example, in the first 15 to 20 minutes, Granada were closing down very well. One of their biggest game plans was to saturate the midfield. They did not necessarily park the bus, but they moved quickly in transition to close all of the areas that Barcelona wanted to attack. And Granada studied FC Barcelona very well. They knew exactly what their weaknesses was going to be, and that was by attacking Barcelona's right side. Why is that the case? That is because Dani Alves was within that position. Now, let's talk about Dani Alves just for a second, right? Because I think that Alves, he showed the energy on wanting to play a good game. He made the correct passes, the correct decisions, but when it did come to a 1v1 specifically, right? Just in that thing, in terms of Alves's game, it cost Barcelona a lot because he had to move his body very quick, and Dani Alves does not have the physicality like he used to move his body, be very mobile, and Granada were taking great advantage of that. So they probably went through Alves like 3 times between Alves and Dembele, and then we saw like once where Alves made a very bad pass only because he was pressured, and then Granada almost ended up scoring. Now, I'm not here to say that Alves is a bad player. I'm not trying to say that he had a bad game. What I do want to say is this: the only reason why Alves had to take on all that pressure and why we saw Alves get dismantled in those first 15 to 30 minutes, it is because Barcelona never dictated nor controlled the game. That was the biggest problem, because any right back can suffer in that way if your team is not dictating or controlling the match. Xavi's Barcelona did not do that in the first half, and the whole idea within the midfield, it was also not correct, because many of these midfielders that we saw in Barcelona, they either lost the ball, or for example, Gavi and Nico played too vertical when they should have never been too vertical, and they ended up forcing play, or they misplaced a pass, and that led towards Granada receiving the ball, having more possession, and going through Dani Alves. But besides that, in every other aspect of Alves' game, when it came to him switching play or building up with Dembele or Gavi or Nico or Luuk De Jong, when it came to his dribbles, all of that was world class. Alves really did impress me throughout this match. And let's talk about Luuk De Jong, because the other player that really did impress the most, it was Luuk De Jong in the first half. The more we see Luuk De Jong play under Xavi Hernandez, I just feel like Koeman did make the right call, but Xavi is refining his game, because Luuk De Jong right now is in the best form of his life, and he has reinvented his game within a span of 4 games. Like, he literally saw 3 big chances within a span of 45 minutes, and 2 big chances did stand out to me the most. Like for example, Gavi made a cross towards Luuk De Jong. Luuk De Jong headers that ball into the net, and it was a goal, but in the end it was counted as offside. And then as for the second biggest chance that did stand out, it was a cross going to Luuk De Jong. De Jong comes out with a scorpion kick, and I'm just like, where did he get this from? Like, that was something very similar to what Ibra used to do in his prime, and I was just questioning in that moment, and I'm like who is this player? Where is he coming from? I have never seen a player like this, and especially coming through Luuk De Jong. So he really did impress not just me but many Barcelona fans, and I'm glad to see that this number 9 here, someone who has been treated so disrespectfully from the Barcelona fans, is finally showing up, and showing up with great confidence. But now let's go into the second half, because in the second half, this is where things things go much more alive, right? Because the game was much more open for both Barcelona and Granada. But here's the biggest problem that I would say coming from Barcelona in the second half. I would say that we demanded more football from this Barcelona squad, and especially with the players that we have put on today in that starting 11. Because these players that we have seen, like Gavi, Nico, Jugla, Jordi Alba, Dani Alves, they never really demanded presence as a collective. And Granada were gaining confidence through time. And especially in the second half, they were saying, look, Barcelona do not look like they're going to show up today. Let's play our game. And that is why we saw Granada see so many great opportunities. But of course, later down the line in the second half, we saw Alves make a cross. Luuk De Jong easily puts that ball into the net with a header, and that was considered as Alves's 102nd assist for Barcelona in his career. And Luuk De Jong has placed Barcelona 1-0 up. So the two players that I have praised the most, which is Luuk and Dani Alves, they have showed up and brought Barcelona their first goal. But again, as we continued through this second half, Barcelona did not react. Barcelona never looked like they wanted to score that second goal. And one of the players that I actually wanted to step up in this game to like score the second goal or to bring a great world-class assist, it was Dembele. But Dembele never showed up like that. Like, yes, he has created opportunities, but he did not have a world-class performance. Like, whatever he put on today on the field, that did not look like a player that gets paid 40 million euros per season. Like, if Dembele wants to ask for a contract that's around 45 million euros, 40 million euros, you better act like that on the field and bring those goals and bring those assists. And in this game, he did not do that. So overall, Barcelona were starting to play dirty because they were unable to control the game. There was a moment where Gavi got sent off, which did cost Barcelona, because the moment Gavi left the field, Barcelona, they lost their shape. They could not control the game, and Gavi had 2 yellow cards. The last tackle was on Alex Collado, and so it was a complete mess. From there, moving forward, it was all Granada. Like, much respect towards Granada for bringing the game that they brought and how they reacted. I like when clubs like that, like Granada or Levante or any of these small clubs, start to act in this way, because they do deserve to win. If they want to take advantage of the big clubs and how they're reacting on the field and how they're performing, that's great. Like, much respect towards Granada. But for Barcelona, the players like Memphis, Abde, Dembele, they disappeared when Granada started to show their true level. And then of course, they ended up scoring in the last 5 minutes. It was a 1-1 tie at that moment, and Barcelona again just did not react. I would still say that Xavi's Barcelona is way better than Koeman's Barcelona, but this team still struggles to defend on set pieces, and they do struggle to sometimes react when they are in those bad occasions or bad situations. I do believe that the #1 mistake that Xavi did make within this game was for him to take out Luuk De Jong and put in Memphis Depay, who did not really do anything. So there were many wrong things in this game. This is going to be a game where I would say let's just forget about it, but let's improve on top of this, because we cannot keep continuing to perform like this and bring out this exact type of intensity, because our next game for Barcelona is going to be against Real Madrid, which will be on Wednesday, and it will be for a Super Cup semi-final. And let me tell you, if we turn up like this, like how we did against Granada, against Real Madrid, Barcelona is going to have a very tough time progressing to the next round. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona post-match review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.